We're talking about this whole saying things in bed and whatnot. Well, I was on Tinder for 2 seconds. It was a few years ago actually.
Yeah.
And I I was talking to this girl her photos looked all nice and we were talking for a few days, and then one night I was like, it just turned out she didn't live that far from me.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you up to? She's like, oh, I'm just gonna have a couple of cones, listen to some music. I'm like, this is exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Why don't you come around? Cool. But when if you're meeting on Tinder and asking a girl to come round, you got to assume that coitus is on the table.
Okay.
Like maybe.
I've never been on Tinder. So.
Well, when a girl's it's
I don't know the etiquette.
Well, you got to assume that perhaps maybe that they could have ended up in some sort of fornication, right?
Sure.
Well, nothing, dried me up so quickly. It would drive. What's the male version of drive me up? I'm shriveled.
Made you flaccid.
Very flaccid.
Yeah.
Like very flaccid. There's a flaccid and there's a very
shrinkage.
Just shrinkage, but it was very hot.
George Costanza shrinkage.
George Costanza. I was in the pool.
Yeah. It was cold.
So I was standing there at my my doorstep, and I heard her car on the road, and then what came out of her mouth, I kind of wish we voice called first.
Yeah.
Because honestly, she's like, far rich it is, I can't even see the fucking driveway, bro. Fucking hell, no fucking lights, hazardous as, fuck can't see. Oh, there you are. And I'm like, oh, instantly.
You're like this ghetto, and then there's...
Yeah. Instantly, I'm like, oh. And then she gets into the light, and I'm like, well, how many filters did you use? Because you don't look anything, well, she was like, and then she was just like, she's like, far, solid as, we just linked up a few days ago. Fuck, here we are, got the buds. And I'm like, I just pictured me like her riding me cowgirl, and I'm just lying there like, make it stop. Make it stop.
Do you know what this reminds me of? That scene from Friday where the girl pulls up, he's like, he's like, you're gonna meet my girl, she looks like Janet Jackson.
Janet, damn! Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
Oh, yeah, so that happened. It's funny, we're friends to this day. No clothes were kept on.
Yeah.
Kept on. And then she was like, oh, it's nice to meet a fella who's not trying to get in my pants straight away. I'm like, no, it wasn't that hard. Literally was not.
I'm literally not trying to get in your pants.
Yeah, no, literally was not that hard.
Yeah.
So that was my Tinder story,
But did you say this during sex?
I can't imagine.
Here we go. Fancy a golden shower?
Have you ever been into the whole I know dudes that have some weird fetishes.
Yeah.
Being pissed on?
It's not really my
No.
forte, I gotta say.
I would even sound like that. I'm like, no. You want to piss on me? Get the fuck out of my house.
I think I would try and negotiate first.
First of all, this is 1,000 3-count sheets from Briscoe's. You're not paying pissing on my... Who wants that?
Well, look, I'm happily married, but if my wife came to me and said, I want to piss on you...
But that's different. That's on the confines of a
I would be
decade-plus long marriage.
Well, no, because then I would be like, all right, but we're negotiating a few things here. Because if you get your fantasy, I get to then...
So, okay, so...
It's tit for tat.
Okay, so if Jen says to you,
Not that she would, because I know her position on this is very clear.
Yeah, but let's say hypothetically she's like, honey, it's something that
I want to try something new.
Yeah, and it's something I can't into, but don't laugh at me.
Yeah.
This is a dead serious yarn, and you're like, yeah, shoot, babe. And
yeah,
how would you feel if I peed on you in bed?
Yeah.
And you're like a golden shower, and she's like, yeah, maybe peel me back, sort of thing. And now you're like, all right, negotiating time.
Yeah.
What are your negotiating chips?